Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of NC-17. This one's bound to be a very good classic episode because we have with us again Devlin Blevins, and for the first time we have Marleigh Arnold. How are you guys doing today?
Good man.
Like
That's
I
good.
said, I'm here.
So first and foremost, Marleigh, since this is your first time, kind of give us a backstory of how you got into the entertainment world.
Uh, Technically, my first role was I played a hippo for the zoo's play when I was like 4. I did some theater growing up, but nothing really crazy. I never wanted to be an actor, really. I never had like a crazy interest in it. I did some Shakespeare in the Park, which I loved dearly. That was like my first real acting experience, I guess. And then about almost 2 years ago, I got out of this long-term relationship and I had acted in like one or two other films because I grew up modeling. So those two things kind of merged. And then I just was like, okay, people like me for this. I'm going to do this now. And been going since then.
I mean, that's awesome. Growing up with that background, that kind of sets you at a younger age into what you're doing now, which is always a phenomenal thing. So,
hmm
and Devlin, please reacquaint yourself with the audience and kind of what you've been up to since the last time we've talked.
I'm gonna try to do this without saying 50 million times.
It's okay. I'm
Dude,
sure I just did.
dude, last time I was like, uh, uh, dude. I even said the sentence, my friends think I'm quiet and mysterious, and my girlfriend roasted me for a solid hour.
As she
Like,
should.
yes. I watched it back and I was like, holy fuck, Devlin, what the fuck? But no, man. Director, I want to be an actor more. Writer, editor, um, pretty much that's it.
Uh, so you guys have well, Devlin, you wrote a new movie, and Marley, you're going to star in it called The Forsaken Few. Without now you got me saying but
Uh,
if you can kind of give us a brief synopsis of what it is, but without spoiling anything.
Yeah, man. It's pretty much The Crow meets Queen of the Damned. Um, there it is. With with a little hint of disturbing behavior. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
Oh
My
yeah.
mom showed it to me and I fucking loved it. But it mixes in with them trying to make a perfect society of people, and but it's vampires this time. It's a royal vampire family, and they, without spoiling it, really affect um there it is, Kira's life in a really bad way. So it becomes a revenge story, but a very unique one that I will try my best has never been told before. My goal with her is to make her like a new icon, pretty much. I want her to be the next big thing. Like if you go to the mall, you'll see her on shirts everywhere. Like that's my dream. She's been in my head for like 10 plus years. I love her, and it was nerve wracking having people cast someone that's been in your head for like 10 years. But I had like 20 plus very talented people audition. And then I just knew Marley would make me proud because she was in Halloween Genesis as Piper. And she's going to return as Piper in Ultimatus. And originally she wasn't going to. I had Piper killed off.
I was
But
very bad about it.
she was. She's
I
like,
bullied him into making my character live.
well, she's tired of dying. So, you know, I was
Not
like,
my fault I'm
okay,
good at it.
right. No. you're better at living, so let's do that.
Thank you.
I mean, hey, that's a good compliment. You're better at living. So, I mean,
The first time I've heard that, I usually play characters who die because I can cry like nobody's business.
so when he was pretty much telling you you got the role, what was you thinking at that moment when you found out?
Uh, I honestly wasn't sure I was gonna get it because I know he originally thought of me more as one of the vampire family members, which like, given the way I look, I get it. Um, so I was surprised. Also because like I did the kind of like crow-ish makeup for my audition, and I am a makeup artist, but I totally half-assed it. I was going on a flight the next day with like a 7-hour layover in the middle of the night, and I was trying to pack and trying to film, and I was like, "Oh, this makeup looks like crap," even though I know it wasn't about the makeup. But so I was honestly kind of surprised when he was like, "Yeah, you," and I was like, "Oh, oh, me, okay, cool."
Oh yeah.
I love vengeance, so I'm excited for that. And she's very like psycho smiley, and I've been
Okay.
told my whole life that I have like a kind of off-putting smile if I like open my eyes really wide when I smile. So
All right.
that
Now
worked out well.
you got to give it to us. Give us the
Okay,
smile.
wait. I'm not gonna be able to do it good because I'm like actually legit smiling because of this, but like it's okay.
Okay, I can see it.
Like a really big smile, but with the dead eyes. I
Oh
can't do it
yeah.
that good. I'm nervous.
Uh, well, Devlin was nervous the first time. You're nervous.
Very.
You know, bro, I'm telling you, I got such good feedback from that episode though. Like people were messaging me, emailing me saying for someone who looked so nervous, he killed it. So you did good, bro.
He's a good
Thank
speaker because
you.
he thinks about what he says.
Oh yeah.
I don't. That's the
I
problem.
try.
Well, I mean, I don't think about what I say neither. It just comes right out. And my wife was kind of like, "Can you just tell yourself to shut up?" You know. I mean, I wish I could, but I can't.
That's how I
Uh,
feel. I don't know how to. Meeting Devlin for the first time, I was like, "Dang, this guy's really quiet." Okay, I'm gonna paint your eyeballs now. Not eyeballs, but I'm gonna paint around your eyes now. Hello. Fun.
uh, so let's kind of go into the Halloween ultimatus without again spoiling anything. What's the mindset with part two? Because Devlin, you said this is going to be your last time playing Michael, and are you sending him off in grand fashion, or what are you going to do? Don't spoil it though.
Yuri and Piper are not the victim this time. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh snap! Okay, that's good. That's good. And Marleigh, reading what you read about it, what are you hoping for part two?
Uh oh gosh, I don't know. I'm hoping to help out with the FX again, even though now I'm not the sole person doing it, because for the first film, I just did it. For It'll be exciting to see the different cinematography style because the first time it was kind of just all of us with a camera to a certain degree. So I'm really excited for that. To say about the film, Devlin.
Same. It's gonna be nice to have an actual DP this time, and Marley has worked with him before.
Mm,
Not have you?
Viking Festival with him. I'm
That's
cast in one
true.
of his films. We were meant to film at the Viking Festival, but my costumes didn't fit. So,
Well, I
but I've
think
seen his work before and I know him as a person and he's really cool.
yeah, I think he's gonna kill it. His name's
Hmm.
Chris Hatchett. You should have him on the show sometime. He's really sweet. So I'm very excited about that. Excited about developing these characters more, even though it is
Hmm.
the last time we see them. Very excited to the best way to put it is be brutal because I'm going out with a bang. I'm gonna try at least.
Hmm.
Budget is it suppresses a lot of the time what I really want to do, but I'll try my best.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be alive because for the whole filming of the first part, he did not tell me that I got to live. He revealed that after we wrapped, like as we wrapped, that I got to live. So the whole time we were filming the first one, I thought I died.
Correct.
Uh, I want to say for the first one, you know, for Genesis, now I watched it multiple times, no exaggeration. I actually had a watch party with it along with the original Halloween. Don't ask me how that happened, but it happened.
That's
So I
cool.
had like 15 people over here and we were all watching it. And every single person except for one, which happened to be my wife because she don't like horror, every single person thoroughly enjoyed Genesis.
Cool.
Everyone was like, they saw the direction you were going, they saw what you guys were doing, and they were in for it the entire time. That's not an exaggeration. I would have them all come on the show, but you get us all together and there's no show. This it would be crazy. Trust me.
Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah. But that's what I do when I watch these movies. Is I always have a group of people after I watch it alone, of course, because I don't like talking during movies at all. That's why I hate going to the movies.
Oh, you'd hate me.
Well, see, like if I rent out a theater, which I've done before, uh, then you could talk all you want because I'm going to sit as far away from you as possible. Yeah, but so what does the future hold? Because I know you say that you want, I think the Forsaken Few, you want that to be a trilogy. Am I right? Uh-oh, I think we lost them both. Oh, there you are.
I was going to say I just was in another void for a second there. Hello
Same.
again.
You all
I have no
froze, and
idea what you just said.
I was like, you guys just did the mannequin challenge perfect.
We're really good at that.
uh, yeah, I was saying, you guys want this the Forsaken Few to be a trilogy, right?
Correct.
All right. So what was your mindset on turning it from just one film to a trilogy, or was it always a trilogy?
At first, it was just going to be one film, but if I wanted to be an icon, we got to see her more than once, in my opinion. Um, I've always wanted more of Brandon Lee's Crow, but he passed away, and it sucks. But I want to give the fans of The Crow that wanted more this and be like, hey, let's honor Brandon, but not copy what he did. Let's be original,
Mhm.
you know. But let's also say, hey, what he did was beautiful, incredible, because Brandon was a great human being. I never met him, obviously, but people said he was a great human being. My mom, she was obsessed with Bruce Lee, his father, and Brandon, and I want to make her proud with something so connected with the Crow. I'm excited. It's I know that Marley is going to do it some fucking justice. Like, I just trust me.
Uh, I mean, he's building you up, Marley. So I
He
mean,
is. I'm scared now. Ooh,
no,
I hope
it's.
I can do it justice.
I truly believe with the way that Devlin writes and kind of puts a story together, and just from what I've seen from you in Genesis, I think it's a match made in both heaven and hell, if that makes sense.
That's a
You
good way to put it.
know.
Yeah.
But I will say that just the pure intensity of what the original Crow was, if you guys can come up with something that's original that kind of also takes us back there, sky's the limit. So,
Yeah.
uh, but Marley, let's ask you one of the questions that I asked Devlin the first time he was here.
Oh God.
Well, it's not a hard question. What advice would you give to anyone trying to get into this industry?
Oh God, I hate this question. I've had other actors ask me this, and I'm like, "You're like, oh, how did you get here? Like, what classes did you take?" And I'm like, I don't really know how I got here entirely. I would say just do it. Like Nike swoosh, just do it, because that's basically what I did. I went in with no plan. Like I said, I never really wanted to act. I'm still going to college for something else. Don't ask me what, I don't know. But uh, I just kind of would see Facebook listings, or like when I still was with an old agency for modeling, she reached out to me and was like, "Hey, Marleigh, there's this short film that they're auditioning, really well paid." And I was like, "Ooh," but also really like the story, really funny, weird. And I'd like never acted before outside of like that big theatrical stuff, which I'm like a very theatrical person. And I was just like, yeah, screw it. I'll audition, sure. And ended up getting it. And then just kept going from there. It's just, you have to start somewhere. And even if you're like an idiot, like I did a few short films in high school just because people would be like, hey, you're conventionally attractive. Do you want to be in a short film for our film class? And I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. And they were awkward and horrible. And I still have some of them. And they are truly, truly, truly awful. But I look back on those and I'm like, still starting somewhere, even if I didn't intend for it to be, you know?
Oh yeah, that was actually a good answer. So yeah.
Woo!
Now there's
Notoriously bad at interviews, so
well, I'm notoriously talk a lot, so
that too.
yeah. No, you're good. You're good. You're doing phenomenal. Don't I'm not
Thank you.
gonna. I would never lie to anybody. Trust me, you're doing phenomenal.
Thank you.
Even
Thank
when
you.
Devlin was on the first time and he said he was nervous, I tried to make it as calm and cool as collected as possible. So yeah, but with this feature trilogy that you guys are doing, what else does the future hold for you guys? I mean, I kind of got a little bit of a snippet that we can't really go into, but what does the future hold for you guys? Not there. The film not there.
Uh,
Okay,
I
how
don't
about we
know.
go? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna keep going with the flow, I guess, to a certain degree. That's kind of what I do. Like, don't truly know if I'll be doing this in like 10 years. I might still be doing it. I might not. I do really love it, but at the same time, I have a lot of other things that I really love. I think this will always be some aspect of my life, but I'm open to whatever the future holds, whether
Uh,
that's doing film work. I mean, I imagine I probably will still be doing film work, but, or also like, I love animals. That's like what I really want to work with in my life. So hopefully also doing something with that as well as film work. Hopefully, maybe someday writing my own thing, but we are not there yet.
uh, I actually crazy thought, but I'll tell you guys later. Devlin, what does future hold for you?
This is gonna be. I'm not smart like Marley, and I'm not going to college for anything else. So it's either Starbucks forever, or retail or food, or it's this. And I want it to be this. I almost need it to be this because I love it that much. So I'm gonna have to make it this. And if it's not with the Forsaken Few, then I'll come up with something even better because I know what's up here is pretty fucking amazing. And if I ever get the budget to actually convey what's up here, I just know I'm going to blow people away. I just know I will. Not to blow smoke up my own ass, but I've always been told by friends, family, dude, you've got to get your stories out there. Like what you come up with is fucking sick. I'm like, okay, sure. With Halloween Genesis, you can ask Marley. It was probably for her the lowest budget thing that she's ever done. I was holding the camera myself. You can see the reflection of myself recording in the window because I have no schooling in this. I'm
Hmm.
learning by doing it, but I did it and now I know. Be mindful of reflections. And I didn't have a DP, so I didn't even know what a DP was on Genesis. I had this little Shogun mic on the top of this camera I rented from my friend, and Marley was like, "That's it for sound." And I was like, "Oh fuck,
I probably
dude,
came off like such a bitch.
no, 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 no." It taught me so much because you've been doing it for a while, and also she helped directed a lot of the film because I had to wear that mask, and I
You
just
could
couldn't.
not see
I couldn't see. I
or
couldn't
talk.
talk. No. If they asked how a scene was. That's all I could do.
Literally it.
And then we got kicked out of my grandparents' house really
My
early.
cat that I wanted to take home.
Yes,
I remember.
I still want it
I'm
I
picking up
know.
Marley's a bad girl.
in a good way.
I wasn't the reason we got kicked out. It was
No,
just late.
no, yeah, they were just tired. And it's not often that people pretend to kill each other in their living room. You know, I'm grateful for the time that they gave me. They were really sweet.
Hmm.
But yeah, to answer your question, it's got to be this or Starbucks.
Well, you better keep your barista skills because I did enjoy that coffee you made me last time on set, and I expect one every time now because you've set that precedent.
You got it.
I don't drink coffee or none of that. Yeah, I'm more of a Coca-Cola or Pepsi fan. So,
Respect.
Boo.
well, see, my wife every morning when I get up for work at 4:30, she's brewing a cup of coffee, and I was like, "You plan on staying up?" She's like, "No, I'm brewing this for later." I was like, "That don't make sense, but okay, do what you do."
Right.
uh, so I do want to talk a little bit about not there. You guys have both shown interest. Devlin, definitely you.
Yeah.
The I can tell you this: the characters, and I'm not going to make this about me. I just want to give you guys, since I have you here, and for whoever's going to see this episode, they'll know the characters are crucial to certain points more than other points, if that makes sense. So when you guys read these characters and read the dialogue, make this your own. Don't, I mean, just because you're reading what I wrote, make them your own. And if you want to ad lib, ad lib. Just
Yeah, I am so
you
good at ad-libbing. Sorry. That was very
He
exciting for
is.
me, apparently.
The the entire pumpkin donut scene in Genesis
Oh my God.
was all her, not in the
I ran
script.
and found these donuts. There weren't meant to be donuts there. I literally, like, maybe that's why they kicked us out. I stole their donuts.
No. But
told you, Marley's a
because
bad girl.
because of that ad libbing, there's now pumpkin donut dialogue in part two. I had to, you know.
I
Oh
loved
yeah.
that when I saw it.
Uh, but yeah. So other than that, there are certain aspects of this film that are going to be really out there and visual. So if you guys do get casted, which trust me, I am grateful for you guys even showing interest. If you guys do get casted, this ain't a one-time thing. Like anything I have in the future, you guys are more than welcome to work with me anytime you guys want. And Devlin, I want you to actually help me finish writing part three.
Cool.
Oh.
That's
You
awesome, man. Thank you.
you're welcome. Because part one and two is already written. Part three, I left the last half unwritten because I wanted you to know I want you to help me finish it.
You
Oh.
got it. That's awesome.
And that's enough about me now. Back to you guys. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Oh God. What are we meant to say? You're just like, back to us. And I'm like,
No, so Marleigh, is there certain characters you kind of that attract to you to where it's like you have to play this role, or is it just something that you read what it is and you're like, I could do that.
I've played a pretty wide variety of characters, surprisingly. Like half the time it's characters I don't usually get. Like last year I was in a GVSU film called Muse, where I'm like this absolute gothic, totally crazy, like stalker lady. And then this year I was in another GVSU film called Limerence, and it's not out yet, so I won't say too much, but I definitely thought I was going to get a character that was a little more out there, and I actually got like the super normal kind of like your childhood best friend character, and I was like, that's weird for me. But I will say the three things I get typecast most often are I always say like scary, like murderers, ghosts, all that, sexy or romantic leads, or just straight up bitches. I love playing a bitch, and I've been told I'm really good at it. So, but yeah, usually those three. I love like true like the girl who survives in horror movies, though. That'll always be probably like one of my favorite archetypes, just because I pretty much only watch horror. It actually annoys people a lot.
All right. So that being said, what's your favorite horror movie?
Oh, that's
And
so
it can't be
hard.
Halloween Genesis.
No.
No, just playing. It can if it is.
Okay. Currently, and for the last little bit, I would say House of Wax, the 2006 one, was with Paris Hilton in it. Because A, the catchphrase of "See Paris Die," fantastic. B, I think it has one of the scariest scenes for me. So I have, I forget what it's called, autonomophobia. Basically, I am very afraid of like mannequins and mannequin looking things. Not afraid, but they make me really uncomfortable. And there's a scene in House of Wax 2006 where this guy gets turned into a mannequin where he's still alive. Like he gets turned into a wax figure and he's going and screaming, but he can't scream. And but it also doesn't take itself too seriously because it is a slasher. And I think slashers take themselves too seriously sometimes when it's like inherently kind of silly. And that's been like my recent favorite. But I also found a horror movie that I've like truly hated. So
I mean, that's a
I'm
good
not
pick.
picky.
Oh yeah, that's a good pick. And the guy you were talking about is Jared Padalecki, who was Sam in Supernatural.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy who looks like Freddie Benson from iCarly to me for some reason.
That's so funny.
He
You would think
does. Like if you do a
Spencer.
side by side,
You would think Spencer, but Freddie?
he looks like something about his like little mousy nose. Like if you
Yeah.
do pictures side by side of them, they look very similar. And you know I know my iCarly stuff. My car is named Spencer
Yeah.
after iCarly.
Yep.
Mhm.
I've only seen a couple episodes of iCarly because when I would babysit my niece when she was younger. So
Mhm.
you know,
Great show. Really
Yes.
weird though when you look back on like Dan Schneider and all of that. Lots of feet,
Yeah.
lots of sex jokes.
that's not cool. I don't. Yeah, yeah.
Not cool.
They're kind of hilarious though as an adult. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Like they do this bit where they mispronounce tennis as tennis, but they say it really fast, so it just sounds like that. So I'm like, okay, I know this was like inappropriate to film, but dang it.
Hey, you can't fault humor. There we go. Can't fault humor.
I can fault Dan Schneider. Weird.
Yes. I do as
Definitely.
well.
So Devlin, when you get your first Forsaken Few out and you get it out to where the masses can see it, what is your expectation outside of making the next iconic character? What is your expectation for the fan?
To make them proud. I know that's cheesy as hell, but I gotta make them proud. I am really going to, what's the word? Try to blow this thing up as something special, and I think it is something special. Uh, it's not. It's not going to be a typecast because it's going to be its own thing, in my opinion. I don't think it's ever been done before. What I'm doing, and I think that's cool, and I think it's really special. And I know that not just Marley, but everybody that I cast is going to kill it because I think I'm a pretty good casting director so far. Everybody that I casted in Genesis, phenomenal, and they have the most greatest futures ahead of them. I just know it. Brianna, Selena, Marley, everybody. They're great, and I know that I'm going to do a good job casting than for Forsaken Few because I'm going to be even more picky because this is my child, this is my baby, and I'm going to really blow it up to be something special. So I'm going to have to make it something special, even if I raise $500 or $5 or 5,000. I've got to do whatever I can to make it special, no matter the money.
Oh yeah, that seems to be the goal of a lot of people in the independents is like how much money can they raise to make a film. Now the thing is to me any amount of money you raise, cool. Like you said, $5, 500, 5,000, however. But the thing is as long as you're putting out what you love, the passion that you have for the film is what's going to make the film better, you know? And there's a lot of people out there, myself included, that struggle with the fact that you may not have the means to make everything meet, but as long as you got passionate people with you to help bring your vision to life, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You can make $5, or you can raise $5 to make the film, but your film can make $100,000. You just don't know.
Right.
So, and Marleigh, phenomenal actress. I'm telling you now. Don't let nobody, including don't let nobody tell you you're not a good actress. You're a phenomenal actress.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like even when my wife, who hates horror movies, I can't stress that enough. uh, she was drawn in by the way that you were in Genesis, that it kept her grounded to the seat to where she wasn't going to move. I mean, she watched it like this, but until it, if you got the okay from her, you're doing something good.
Alrighty.
So, and I can tell you that the sky is definitely the limit for both you guys, and I hope in a very near future we all get to work together. That's
Yeah,
entirely up to you guys.
Me too.
But
definitely.
yeah. So I'm going to let you guys have the floor for a couple minutes to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Not even just to plug anything. Just tell the fans what you want to tell them. Whoever wants to start first.
Marleigh.
Not it.
Damn, that's crazy. Really cool behind the scenes fact in Genesis. Um, there's the fuck. I'm really trying. I'm trying so
Hey, you
hard.
only did it 10 times. You're good.
Fuck. There it is again.
I love
Shit. But when I shoved Marleigh against the car as Michael, we had to do a few takes. She wasn't believing that I was a man trying to kill her.
So gentle.
Yeah, and I knew that she was a model and was expecting, maybe her to be like, let's do this gentle, don't hurt me. No, she said, body me into that fucking car. She
Cut
said,
to me like jumping on your back.
yeah, it was sick. There was a lot of stunts that we had to do. I did not expect us having to do any stunts, but she voluntarily took a bump. I'm a wrestling fan, and the term bump means, if you're not a wrestling fan, hitting the mat or getting slammed or, getting hit. She took a bump against the car as hard as I felt comfortable doing. I didn't go full force because, it's a car. I didn't want to dent the car or, hurt Marleigh.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate Marleigh for Genesis. God,
My
she was
last
on
minute fight choreography.
fight choreography, intimacy coordinator, part-time director. I think she held the camera once or
I
twice.
did hold the camera a few times, I
Yeah,
think.
a lot. So if you're watching this, hire Marleigh.
Ah, thank you.
Oh, there goes that speaking up again.
Got to do it. Got to do it. If I'm gonna make her my icon, I've got to.
Most definitely. How you gonna follow that up, Marleigh?
Uh, okay, if we're having like a compliments festival, I'm gonna say I think that Devlin gives some absolutely fantastic motivation behind his characters, which is one of my like biggest complaints about film in general is that I think especially with female characters, sometimes they don't really have motivation. And I've had this thing with casting that I've been in where it's like, your character is hot, and that's who they are.
Never.
Romantic interest, and that's all they are, and that's it.
Oh,
And I feel like Devlin does a really fantastic job of giving characters actual motivation for their actions. Like, even if it's something more simple, where it's like, I love this person, you mess with this person, I'm going to kill you. Or just anything like that. It's like they're very well-rounded, which I think is really helpful as an actor, especially that he like between our three characters in Halloween Genesis, the three main girls, he established these bonds that our characters had of like the like awkward, okay, we both totally like each other, but like, haha, what? No. And then the friend that's desperately just like, can you guys just be normal for 5 seconds? I think he did a really great job, like establishing character backgrounds. So I'm really excited for more of that.
Well, I mean, it took you jumping on his back just to keep you alive so you could be in part two. So I mean, you did sound good.
Mm-hmm. I'm still mad about that. I'm going to be mad about that forever. About whatever. He raps and he goes, I named the group chat the final three. And I go, huh? And he goes, you live. And I go, huh? Oh, that one. I oughta.
It's really cool though because I've been working on the last sleepover with Gregory, Brock, and Austin, and Gregory has not told a single person who the killer is going to be, nor do they even know the ending of the script, and they're not going to know, and probably until the end of filming or when the movie comes out. And I think that's so sick. And he said, Devlin, I'm not going to take all of the credit. Wes Craven kind of did the same thing and with the first Scream. But I said, dude, this is so fucking cool, and you're really motivating me to not tell the actors everything because it makes things more genuine when they find out in real time during a scene. It's cool as fuck. I think I really applaud Gregory and Austin. They're doing something incredible with The Last Sleepover.
That film looks super cool. I wish I had
Yeah,
auditioned for it.
maybe Marleigh is the killer. We don't
Secretly,
know.
I'm
We
gonna
don't
bust out
know.
of the closet and just be like, "Hi, you've never seen before."
Now there, I mean, that's cool because well, I don't want to ruin nothing, but that's cool.
There
I
we go.
know that writing a script, and Devlin, you know this more than anybody, is probably the most hardest part of putting a film together.
So hard.
Because what you have up here, like you say, you want to put it on paper the same exact way, but sometimes, I mean, I don't know if you've come into this, but I have. I was writing part one, and like halfway through it, I had to change the entire last half because someone else wound up being the main villain, you know?
Mm.
And I was like, okay, so how's this going to work? But the thing is I respect people who, I respect everybody. That's just how my mom raised me. But
Hmm.
I respect writers that can think outside the box, you know? And I mean, with Halloween Genesis, I saw a clear cut difference from the Halloween franchise to your guys' movie, which trust me, it's night and day. Like this one, you're getting a straightforward, hey, this is what's going on. This one, I mean, leading all the way up to the last 5-10 minutes of the film, you didn't know what was going to go on, you know? And that's due to one, Marleigh, your acting, and two, Devlin, your writing. I mean, you guys are phenomenal. I mean, honest opinion, you guys are phenomenal. I'm not going to change my mind. You can't either. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
uh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no problem. But I just want to say on a more personal note, and Devlin, we've spoken a couple times.
Mhm.
The the thing about people meeting people such as yourselves is you ground all independent scenes, all the independent scene, because people like you, I mean, we all want to get rich, but people like you do it because of the passion, you know? And that is sorely needed right now because there's a lot of people out there like, how much am I going to get paid? Well, okay, first off, we ain't even got that far yet. So, you know, it's just a respect I have for people who are just such as yourselves. So, yeah. Well, I had to brag about you guys too. Come on.
Blah.
No, Josh, not there is going to be special. I can just tell because you're as passionate as us. You care a lot. You've been learning a lot by interviewing almost the entire independent scene at this point, man. It seems like you've interviewed everyone,
Hmm.
but you're learning a lot, and it's going to really make a special movie because one, you're gifted, but adding all of that knowledge, like it's going to be special. I've got a feeling.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Uh, you guys are actually episode for this year alone 117.
sick.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Dang.
that's like since February 15th. So,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know how you did that. That's literally insane.
oh, I was reaching out to everybody. If someone said no, the next person that was on the list was just, I mean, because I think I even reached out to you, Marley, independently
We
to
talked
see.
about doing something and then family death.
Yeah, sorry
Oh,
about that.
yeah.
Sorry for your loss.
It's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting back on that horse now, though, finally.
Yeah. Well, you got to. You got to be the main. You got to be the icon that he's making.
Hmm.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. And I picture you with a badass sword and a big ass fucking machine gun, but I could be wrong because you're probably going to play a vampire. So,
I I will reveal, and it's interesting. Her weapon of choice. I don't even know if the summary that I gave Marley mentions it,
I was gonna say I
but
don't know if it mentioned my weapon.
yeah, your weapon is going to be guitar strings from the guitar that her
Did
father
briefly
used.
mention that.
Her father was a entertainer for this royal vampire family, and when things happen, his guitar gets destroyed, and she uses those strings. And she's got to do special things with the strings to be able to kill vampires. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a lot of figuring things out with it because I don't know if it's ever been done before.
I was gonna
But
say we're gonna have to talk about this because
yeah, we're going to have to make sure it's safe for actors to use, and but it's going to be cool, in my opinion. It's going to be pretty cool.
yeah.
I wish I got a flamethrower personally, but
Okay, flamethrower for part two. No, just playing.
weapon in real life and in film. Someone give me a flamethrower. Guitar strings are pretty cool too, though. That's a unique one because it's not really a weapon.
Right.
Well, keep in mind that if you have a flamethrower on set and I'm anywhere near, I'll be 15 feet away from you.
Yeah,
Or
of
wait,
course.
no.
I think
Oh,
everyone would be.
no, there's some people that definitely need to be. No, I'm just playing.
Shove them forward. Marley, go.
We need a good barbecue. Where the hell are we going with the show?
I love it.
Cannibalism, apparently.
No, well, I want to go cannibalism, but
You said barbecue. I'm just saying, get some sauce.
well,
You Michigan people are crazy.
yeah,
Kentucky.
Marley, you are literally what? You're in Royal Oak.
Sure.
You are like 10 minutes away from where I am.
How have we not met?
I don't go to Royal Oak too much.
Well, you should. It's a great place.
Oh, I know. I've been to the theater there a couple of times. Yeah, I think that's primarily why I go there. But oh no, there was a real good barbecue place there too, but I've only been there once.
Mm.
Yeah.
Flamethrower barbecue.
Devlin, you're gonna have to put in a flamethrower scene now.
Yeah. Thanks.
Give Marley her flamethrower.
God, that's going to be expensive. Fuck.
I'll make a fake one. It's fine.
All right, bet.
I could probably figure that out.
See her trying to be more than just an actress. Good lord.
You know I'm
And
bad at that. I've worn every single hat in every single crew position, and I'm not good at just being an actor.
No, I literally asked someone to be a special effects person for Ultimatus, and she said, "What? Why'd you do that?" And I'm like, "To give you some fucking rest, man." When she did all of that, mind you, on the first one, she was on zero sleep, and she
Me
drove
and my
back
seven
home.
hour drive.
7 hour drive, 12 hour shoot day, and then drove back home on
In the same night.
the same night.
And
And it
covered
was
in
cold
blood.
as
I still
hell.
have my bloody tank top. It's somewhere around here with all the holes cut in it. And I
Sick.
drove home like that, and I'm glad I didn't get pulled over.
And if you see at the end of Genesis, her mouth, like her teeth are chattering, That was
Oh
real. It was
God.
very cold.
It was so cold on that ground.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I
The
mean, I
girls
can.
were trying to keep me warm.
It was September, and we're doing Ultimatus in September as well because I love making the movie in the actual setting that it's in. So when we're doing a movie about fall, I want it to be in the fall. And then I don't know if it's a smart thing to do. Like I said, I've had no schooling, but I like things to be shot in chronological order so
Yes,
that,
you do.
and I don't know if that's normal. Probably not. But I do it because the actors have actually been through those things
Mhm.
when they record. I'm sure we can't do that with Ultimatus because of time and um well, apparently it's just not normal. But
I think it is a good idea to always save like the really big scenes for the end, also because like especially in horror, they get messy. Whether
yeah,
it's I'm crying my entire face off or I'm getting stabbed, it's usually like, okay, well, can't go back.
exactly.
Oh yeah. Now that's I'm looking forward to Ultimatus. I'm probably gonna watch it so many different times that it's gonna be sickening by the time. Well, my wife, I'm gonna
Thank
make
you.
my wife watch it one time. So,
Classic.
uh, so we're coming toward the end of the show, but I'm gonna let you guys have the floor for a couple minutes. But also after we do start recording, stick around so I can give you some details.
Awesome.
Uh,
My lighting is just going to change because my phone is going to die and I have to unplug my ring light.
oh,
I'll
uh,
survive till the end of the recording, maybe.
all right. So yeah, the floor is your guys's. Plug what you want to plug, your socials, if you want people reaching out to you or not. That's entirely up to you. Where they can see Genesis. I think there's only one place you can really see it though, which is a good place because I think it's been seen so many times. I'm gonna shut up now. Play your
Yeah, a
socials.
lot.
Um, yeah, so just Halloween Genesis on YouTube. I wish I can put it on Tubi, but I don't think fan films, especially only 25 minutes long, can go on Tubi because it's, it's not a license that I own. But you can find it
Copyright.
on YouTube. Right. But it's on YouTube. Ultimatus will be on YouTube in the fall, and then maybe Forsaken Few at the end of 2026, early 2027. And then um I think that's it for me, Marley.
Oh God. Uh, spelled funny, but I'm Marleigh Arnold on everything. You can probably see it on the screen somewhere. Uh, if anyone wants film stuff, I can do almost anything. At least that's what I tell myself. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I post about the projects I'm in on social media. Sometimes I need to do that more. I'm bad at it.
That was
Yay.
that was
I'm
perfect.
really bad at self promotion and like talking about myself. I always say like I'm good at playing other people. Myself,
Hey, it was perfect. You did an awesome job.
thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. So like I said, just stick around for a couple more minutes, but we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Devlin, you've been a guest before. Close out my show for us today, my friend.
Oh,
Woohoo! Go Devlin!
and the fact that I listened to this podcast while playing video games and I just can't remember the fucking outro.
Come
Uh,
on, bro.
I'll make my own. Fuck it.
There you go.
Uh, you guys are fucking awesome. Oh,
There.
That sucked.
I know. Trust me. I know. This is why I do not do.
Love yourself, bitches. Mwah.
Love yourself, bitches.
What they said.